Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 3:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, June 18, 2021. This is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. There's a Twitter link below if you'd like to click on that, get my intraday updates, get the major market moves in between this video and tomorrow's video. If you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll get notified when they come out because these don't come out at the same time every day. So let's go into my current allocation. This is what I am what I am invested in to the graph. I am in at 81.4 cents. It's okay because I'm still very bullish in the graph overall. I'm not going to go through the reasons why here because I know you're already here because you know it. So I'm going to go straight into, I'm going to get this set up here because we're going to go back to it. But let's just look at the markets because I think we want to see how the markets are performing relative to what our pride and glory, which is the graph. The graph US dollar chart right here. Yesterday we talked about this head and shoulders pattern formulating after we realized that we completed an inverted head and shoulders pattern, which we did. This was the inverted head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it was generally, and we kind of went that way. Now let's look at this other head and shoulders pattern. This is going down. Yesterday we noticed this, and it was clear to me that this head and shoulders pattern that had started on the 13th made its way. And in yesterday's video, we were right around 68 cents. And what had happened was I was worried. In that video I had mentioned we could easily go to 61 and potentially all the way to 59 if we want to truly complete this head and shoulders pattern, which is a bearish pattern. And we certainly did that all the way down to 59 cents, exactly where I said we would be. Doesn't mean that it can't fall more, but at least we kind of directionally knew where this might be going. Now we need to figure out where it will go next. And there's only one way to find out. Voila. And I just set that up. That's right. I just did that. So Bitcoin multiplied by the relative strength of the graph to Bitcoin. Now, these two are very important. So we're just going to go through the relative strength of the graph, and then we'll go through Bitcoin. I'll reverse these for the next video. But for now, here we are. So let's go to the relative strength of the graph to Bitcoin. And we're slightly under pressure here. Looking like, yeah, we're in and out around this line. So, being exactly on the line, above the line, I'm not worried about that one bit. We're going to see this thing play out. Go over to Bitcoin, and we see what I'm a little more worried about here, to be honest, is, we're like, man, we're right at that line again. This line is the line that we need to be over. And for like the last few weeks, we've been really close to it. So it's hard to say where this will ultimately resolve in the near term. But again, I still maintain that we still hit 80,000 at the end of the year on Bitcoin. We still have several months to go. So let's talk about Bitcoin quickly because there's been a couple of major points in the news that everyone should be aware of. First and foremost, Goldman and Galaxy Digital are teaming up to allow clients to trade Bitcoin futures, which is fantastic. And, that helps a lot, in terms of providing more liquidity to the Bitcoin market, providing more volumes, more investments, more market share, to be quite frank, because as a result of all that, that breeds new capital. So very exciting news there. Just wanted to point that out. The second point, Miami. Miami is looking to roll out the red carpet to Bitcoin miners, saying that, hey, we've got clean nuclear power to use. By the way, we're not talking about the nuclear power back in the 80s with Chernobyl and the meltdown that happened there. And times have changed dramatically. Nuclear has always had a bad word because they typically associate it with bombs and Chernobyl's meltdowns where people die in the thousands because of radiation. Well, this is not the same anymore. We're in 2021. Those things don't happen. So nuclear facilities are much cleaner, especially here in the States. So I think, looking at a another state like Florida coming in, waving in Chinese Bitcoin miners is just yet another major step in the right direction for Bitcoin. And furthermore, just realize that Miami is also the host of the whole Bitcoin conference that they just had a couple of weeks ago. So very important there, and preserves the whole environmentally conscious thing for those that get all excited about that. So Elon should be happy. That's pretty much it. But right now, we got to keep our eye on this Bitcoin here. We've certainly bounced back from where we said we could hit on that completed head and shoulders, and we certainly hit it. We bounced. It's hard to say where it will go in the very near term. We just, again, these two things here, I feel more comfortable with this pair than I do with Bitcoin right now, but let's see what happens and how it plays out. It's another weekend ahead, and weekends, can be somewhat volatile for crypto, so stay tuned. Talk soon.